It's YouTube Wednesday!
You want this bad Shah-Chi, every bit of disgust that they feel, every bit of tension that they feel, comes off of them a bit in a pheromone. And what that does is that causes negative chi to pool in that area. So as time goes on, it just gets better and better and better as an effect for you. You want your negative energy that you're creating to build throughout your show. If you think about a movie plot, all right, the kind of movies that I like, always start with a good action scene, all right? So they start pretty high. That's a hook. That's to make sure you don't leave because you're about to see something. In order to get story across, they have to show you things that are a little more boring. You have to get that hook in so that it's pretty high. Then it lulls back down and you get some story. Then you get another little action scene. It's normally not as good as the first one because that's the hook to keep you there. Goes back down, there's love interest comes into play. Another one, nice little action scene. Finally, at the end, there's a really big payoff of action, of plot, storyline. Things just came to a head. There's tension. Build your show like this. You want a great set right here at the beginning. You want a little bit of hallway, which is lightly decorated, still in the same theme. That'll transition from one area to the other. Then you go into another great set. Transition hallway, great set. Transition hallway, finale set. You don't want your scariest thing to be right here in the middle. They won't remember it. That's not how our brain works. Remember the first thing, remember the last thing. Sometimes there's cool parts in the middle that they remember, but normally it's these two punch points. Punch them here, punch them there. Very important about the hallways. If all of your sets are like that kitchen set, crazy, over the top, they get used to it. They go into the set, and it's like, okay, wow, there's a lot of stuff to see here. The darkness in St. Louis. A lot of stuff to see here, a lot of stuff to see here. Turn the next corner. There's still a lot of stuff to see here. And then finally, you're like, okay, there's a lot of stuff to see here. There's a lot of stuff to see. Look at all that stuff. And then you just walk out. You don't run out. Your brain needs a chance to rest and reset. You can get used to anything. You can get used to anything. Don't let them get used to it. Use the highs and lows of what you're attacking them with to keep them on their toes. Let their brain reset. You want an actor work in the hallways. Of course you do. But it's still going to be a chance for their brain to reset because the actor's going to do the work. The set's not going to do the work. If you're going from, say, a parlor, crazy Victorian parlor, chandelier falls down, actor comes flying out, super detailed, he came out through a secret door in a bookcase. If you're going from the parlor into a doctor's office, you want to make that transition here in the hallway, subtly. Start with these colors, and as you get into the hallway, incorporate some of these colors. It's tying your show together. These don't make a lot of sense. If they're both Victorian themed and period-wise, you're okay. A lot of doctors worked from their home back then. It can fit in with your story. If you know you want to do a toxic barrel set, don't put it right after your Victorian parlor, because that doesn't make as much sense. give yourself room from a doctor's office. It would be an easier transition, but you still might put something else in the middle to make those things make sense in each other. Poison arrow chi. Poison arrow chi hits you like a bullet. Straight lines pointed right at you. The bottom line of this is that this makes people slightly uncomfortable. Would everyone in the room please point at this nice woman? It makes people uncomfortable. Neat. It doesn't have to be your hand. It doesn't have to be your finger. It doesn't have to be a person who's doing the pointing. I got enough room by waste paper. If you have a bedroom set, all right, and the group comes in this way, and let's say they exit here, all right? So here is the path. Put a closet in the bedroom. Here's the closet. Have the door open and pointed at them when they come in. Imagine a kitchen. All right? You walk into that kitchen set. Every cabinet in the place is open. Every door is open. Just take a second and imagine your kitchen at home. Look at your kitchen in your mind. Now, every door is open. Every drawer is open. And all the doors are pointed right at you. It is much more unsettling and visually striking than just having a kitchen with dirty cabinets that are closed. Open and pointed at you. The pointed at you is the big deal. In this book, there are several instances of negative energy being created by things being pointed. There was a billboard with Concorde jets that popped out of it. They put the billboard up. 1 month later, all these jets are pointed straight at this building. 1 month later, all the scaffolding that had been around that building for years fell down and killed people. There's power in pointing. Point things at your guests. I should have brought my meat cleaver. I just bought a meat cleaver from Schway. If you go into a set, kitchen set, butcher shop, whatever, and there is a cleaver on the counter, it's a great set piece. If that handle is pointed towards them, they recognize the handle, they feel empowered because they can easily grab that cleaver. If you flip it around where the handle is not facing them, oh crap, it's a cleaver. It's a cleaver. Different way of thinking. Get the blades, get the scary ends, get the points pointed at people. Does anybody here go to gun and knife shows? All right, I go to gun and knife shows on occasion because you can find some weird, cool stuff there. Always, the knives are on display this way. It's not pointing at them. It's not pointing at you. If they haven't handles to themselves, blades all pointed at the people walking by who are supposed to buy stuff, they're not selling anything. We laugh because it's simple and it's kind of common sense. But take the time to write down this before you do a set and think about how you put things down. Think about what's there and why. Think about it. That is poison arrow chi. It is nasty, nasty stuff, according to them. And they have all these different remedies for how to fix it. Don't. Another way to make poison arrow chi is if you have a hallway and you have a door. Doors are directly opposite of each other. They don't have to be open. They don't have to work. Think about the mental discomfort of walking through a hallway where there's a door on both sides of you at the same time. In a house, they're always staggered. It's dumb to put doors like that. People are going to smack into each other. And your subconscious mind, as you walk through that hallway and you see those two doors, without telling your conscious mind, your subconscious mind is saying, this is dumb and dangerous. Don't stand here. Don't walk through there. And that is exactly what you want their subconscious mind to be doing when they're in your show. You have a door that's useful, put another door right across from it. It just needs to be a piece of wood painted to look like a door. When I lay out a show, when I lay out a room, I think of how is the guest going to move through the set? How is the actor going to move through the set? I always try and give an actor a place to go. I don't want them to have to stop in front of the patrons and do a song and dance. Because after a few seconds, you're not scary anymore. They need to have an exit. They got to have a place to go. So I give them a place to go. If you think about where the energy flow is, where the people want to go in your set, you can use that. In this set, there's a door over here, a door here, but them and their energy, they're going to pull into the room this way. Just because their body stopped doesn't mean their energy did. That carries on. So it goes into the room, and now you have this pointed right at them. Their energy wants to do this. Does that make sense? Their subconscious mind is telling them, oh, I need to go in and to the right. Because the first thing they want to do is step around this thing pointed right at them. So, around here. This is how their energy flows. Nice arcing pattern. Up here's where they need to go. But we want to bait them into thinking they should go another direction just for a split second. Subconsciously. Actor comes out, gets the scare, that resets their brain, and they know because you need to have a light source on the other side of where they need to go. At Terror on Church Street, we had candelabras. And whenever you were standing in a set, if you looked, you could see the candelabra telling you which way to go. At one point in the show, of course, we used candelabras taken the wrong way. But a light source here and no light source there, they're going to get to here and say, I don't care what my energy wants to do, I'm going to the light. So it's not a flow issue, it's simply trapping that energy. Because now their energy is stuck in here. But it's negative energy, and we want to fill the room with negative energy, so that's a good thing. And again, this is deep and weird, I know. The 5 phases. The 5 phases are 5 physical elements in nature. Fire, earth, metal, water, wood. They represent different manifestations of chi. The operative word here is phases. The movement, transformation, and interaction of each phase are what is studied, not the particular element itself. Remember, a tree, a rock, and a human being are actually bundles of intertwining energy, phases interacting. From creation and birth to maturity and decay, everything revolves around the changes of yin and yang. The 5 elements are earth, metal, water, wood, fire. In a home, to make it natural and balanced, think about a hearth, think about a fireplace. Often around the hearth is brick. Because if you want to balance fire, you need earth. Earth is in the brick. Fire is in the fireplace. Balance it out further, you're going to want a nice wooden mantle. Then you're going to want a glass vase with flowers in it. You got almost all the elements there. Add the iron parts that are in the fireplace, the metal fire screen, That is a completely, greatly balanced mantle. Don't do that in your show. Use that imbalance. If you had everything there made out of stone, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel balanced. It's all earth. There's a cycle thing here that I want to do. Fire. This is just going to be earth. Penguin. Metal. Water. It's not hitchhiking, that's a tree. All right. This cycle here is called the productive cycle.